This is Joe Wayne with the ACP 313. Good morning, ACP 313 family members. Good morning, all of you passerbyers that are looking in the window to see what's really going on. Yep. And in another sign that 2019 is, yes, going to be the year in hell for big tech, big banking, big pharma, big government. Big mainstream media. I mean, just take your pick. All of these big colluding assholes, all of these turds in the punch bowl. Yeah. And a sign they might actually finally get flushed. Here we have a Breitbart article that will send all of the SJW freaks into a triggering tailspin. Breitbart.com is reporting that a petition urging government to uphold scientific definition of sex gets support across the political spectrum. What? I'm sure that's what the SJWs and all the freaks and the geeks are yelling right now as they do the Home Alone shocked face. Oh no! Yes, sanity is once again making a comeback. Reality is once again reigning supreme. And all of the fake ass pretenders to the throne, well, they're all about to be excommunicated. More than 2,200 signatures of supporters from across the political spectrum are currently affixed to a petition. And, before I go on with this, folks, can you really believe we need a petition to say that, let biology and nature figure out who the boys and girls are instead of subjectively, after the fact, looking at reality and looking at nature and saying, Mom, you're a liar. I know better than you because I've been here like 2 seconds and you've only been here like 1 billion or 13 billion years. So that being said, as I move on, a petition that calls for the federal government to uphold the scientific definition of sex in federal law and policy. In a letter accompanying the petition, which is addressed to Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar, and Department of Education, my gal pal, Betsy DeVos, and about 35 medical, legal, and policy professionals. They say they applaud the Trump administration's intention to uphold scientific definition of sex in federal law. About 35 medical, legal, and policy professionals say they applaud the Trump administration's intention to uphold the scientific definition of sex in federal law and policy, such that girls and women will regain their sex-based legal protections and the human rights of all will be preserved. Amen to that, brother. And can I get an amen from the crowd? Okay, that's enough. Settle down, folks. What I like about the document is that it can appeal to a broad range of views. Endocrinologist Michael Laidlaw. I love that. Even whenever he's citing individuals, he's using their names to, to give the left the old 1-2 punch, right? So Michael Laidlaw, MD, told Breitbart News, so I'm hoping that it gets broad support from right, left, and the center, who recognize the importance of using biological sex in law rather than gender identity. Because like he says, folks, what brought this thing to a head, if you know anything about anything, was in 2015, whenever Target got together with Big Ears Barry Obama and said, hey, you trannies with pythons can whip them out and use the restroom right next to our little girls. That was a bridge too far for me. That was a bridge too far for you. That was a bridge too far for my great state of Texas. And we said, you know what, Obama, you can go ahead and keep your trinkets of silver and gold. we'll hang on to our self-respect. We'll hang on to the protections that the Constitution and, let's face it, life have given our women, our men, our boys, our girls, our sons, our daughters, our aunts, our uncles. These protections are enshrined for a reason, folks. They are enshrined because, guess what? Our founding fathers were pretty smart. And they believed in self-preservation. And they knew that if you don't even respect yourself, how in the world can you respect, oh, I don't know, the law? Things like the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, another person's willingness to just be left alone. Well, the dirty bureaucrats have been chipping away at our Constitution and our Bill of Rights since their inception, right? We have to remember, folks, freedom's not free. Freedom is not free. We have to fight for freedom every single solitary day. We have to fight back the scourge of these minions of the Billionaire Boys Club that have members like Soros and Steyer and the Coco Bros and Carlos Slim that's not so slim, and he's not even a Mexican. He's from Lebanon, you stupid people in Mexico. You love this guy, and he's put you into the poorhouse. Yeah, an even smaller poorhouse than you are currently residing in. So thank yourself for that, and thank your need to be so interconnected with everybody else. And you want to know why all of these globalists and all of these minions of the globalists want to be so connected? Because unlike us, they don't create a product, right? They weren't endowed by their creator to be creative like us, the creators, the alpha lion leaders of this world. So what do? They have to destroy things like language and control language and weaponize language and biology and nature and actual factual reality, right? So Mark Zuckerberg and the rest of big dumb tech, big controlling tech, big tyrannical tech, you're tyrants no more, because we don't give a shit about your monetization. Any channel that's currently monetized, well, if you're monetized, it's because of two reasons. If you're monetized, it's for two reasons. It's because you're not a threat, or you're working with the controllers and the censors, and you're repeating what they tell you to repeat. Unlike we, the free, you don't write your own words. You read others that are put into your arsenal of lies via the scripts that you read. But you have to have scripts, don't you? None of you can go off script, because the second you do, the second your masters cut your cord and your viability and your financial feasibility to feed your family. But guess what? You know what? We're going low tech. Or I'm going low tech. I'm getting rid of the iPhone. I've already gotten rid of the cable. Next will be the internet. Not sure if you guys have watched Joe Wayne's American Horror Stories, but not enough of you are engaging with the channel, are liking and subscribing, if you can even find the channel. But until you start engaging and telling me you want more episodes, I'm not going to produce any more episodes, because folks, I'm at the point in my life where I'm cutting out everything that does not work or is working against me to control me. That's the only way you will ever regain any amount of actual, factual freedom. You have to stand up and be a man, stand up and be a woman, and say not no, but hell no. You will not take my world from me, evil, controlled elite. So I'm going low tech. I'm kissing this channel goodbye sooner rather than later. I've cut the cord. And the next thing I'm going to cut out is all of your little embedded weapons of the info war that you've been using to control me for so long. Well, now I'm taking the control back. I'm taking back my life. I'm a free man in the free world. You don't